Hey guys, what's up? It's Insane Gaming 2010 here, and today I have another airport update of Boston Logan. Not much has changed, but I just wanted to make an update since I've done a lot recently of actually being able to go out to the airport I'm modeling, and now I basically have a timeline set for whenever I'm getting my mat, whenever the stuff's going to get ready. So anyway, to start off with, we're just going to start off over here at the iHeart New York JetBlue aircraft. This one is going to be making its way out to Fort Myers, JetBlue flight 1065 for a 2:06 departure. Should be pushing back very shortly. After that, we have a JetBlue Harlequin tail going to be making its way on down to MCO as JetBlue flight 1249, a 2:20 departure, so just getting stuff changed out at the gate. After that, we have a Dot's tail JetBlue A320 going to be making its way down to Fort Lauderdale as JetBlue flight 69. I know that's kind of funny, but 69. Next up, we have a Mosaic tail JetBlue A320 making its way to Tampa Bay as JetBlue flight 691 for a 4 o'clock departure, so a little later. Just arrived from Tampa. Going to be going back down there. Next, we have a window pane. I flew on the window pane tail, just the E190 version. Still, the day that they make an E190 for this 1 to 400 scale is going to be the day that this airport just explodes with new activity for geminijets. Anyway, window pane tail going to be making its way as JetBlue flight 907 out to Seattle Tacoma today, one of 3 daily that they have. After that, we have a Stripes tail A320 going to be making its way to San Francisco as JetBlue flight 633, a 450 departure. A 450 departure. The Stripes tail. This is my favorite tail for the old classics. My favorite for the new version. I really do like the Blueberries tail a lot. That would probably be my my favorite new one so far. Next up, we have a Harlequin Airbus A320 pulling into the gate. After that, it's going to be after its turn, it's going to be going out west to Long Beach as JetBlue flight 405. Next, we have the 10th anniversary JetBlue aircraft going to be making its way out to San Diego for a 5:25 departure on time as JetBlue flight 19. The Bubbles tail, another aircraft I went on last week, was the Bubbles tail, but this time coming home from Boston to Pittsburgh, again on the E190. And this one's going to be making its way out to San Jose, California as JetBlue flight 471, leaving at 4:40. Next up, at the other side of the sea, theoretically, which is where the pre-United merger operations were, we have a United Airbus A320 making its way out to Chicago O'Hare. After that, we have a Delta Connection Embraer 170, and this one will be making its way down to LaGuardia as Delta flight 5887. Next up, we have a Delta Airbus A330-300 going to be making its way out to Amsterdam today as Delta flight 266, the second of 2 daily to Amsterdam. In the summer, they have a second. They have a second one. They have a second one, and that's on the 330-200. Next up, we have a Delta Airlines 757-200 making its way down to Atlanta as Delta flight 1201. And then we have a Delta 767-300 going to be making its way out to LHR. Just got towed over from the E concourse for arrivals to the A concourse, where he will be leaving for an on-time departure to London Heathrow as Delta flight 17. I'm going to go over here to the Virgin America. One thing I was a little surprised about, not really too surprised, but I didn't really know too well, was that the fact that, like, although Virgin America, they park at the B South, I think it is, they really park very close to JetBlue. Like, their gate is really close to JetBlue's. So from now on, it is going to be parked pretty close, and I do like that because I do like their livery a lot. So this one is going to be Virgin America flight 367 to LAX, and this is the third of 3 daily flights to LAX from Boston, leaving at 5:50. Let me just move over quickly. Next up, we have a American flight 2497 heading out to DFW for 6:45 departure. Then we have a U.S. Airways A320 making its way down to Charlotte. It's a mix mainly of 321s and 320s. So, voila. Next up, I really don't explore this area of the airport too much. I did move it a little bit, so I will be able to come down here a little bit more. So this one is leaving as Virgin Atlantic Flight 12 to LHR. It's going to be leaving at 7:45 from the E-concourse. I got a really nice photo of this landing from LHR right when it was raining, and the reverse kicked up a whole bunch of water and rainwater, so that was a pretty cool photo that I got. And I will be taking an LHR flight in a little less than 2 weeks, actually, from Boston. Unfortunately, not too unfortunate, because I do like both Virgin and BA a lot, but I'm on BA this time. And so I don't know. I'm happy. It's a really late night, I believe it's British Airways flight 202, which is a 10:45 departure. But the thing I'm excited for is that it's a arrival, which is like 10 o'clock, which is a nice time to come into LHR. I've never came in when it's been like midday, sort of. Next up, so anyway, getting back to the video, Swiss Airways Flight 53 going out to Zurich, 9:45 departure, just arrived from Zurich. After that, Spirit Airlines, oh dear, if Spirit was the size of Swiss, that would be the shittiest airline ever. An A330 with like 400 seats in economy. Anyway, Spirit Airlines Airbus A319 going to be making its way down to Myrtle Beach. Then a Southwest 737-800. Sometimes they use this aircraft on their MDW. I don't really like the way Southwest has been kind of trying to capture some markets at Boston. One of them, which I think JetBlue should start, is Kansas City. Southwest has one daily on that, and it apparently has been doing pretty successful, so that could be a future market for JetBlue. I also feel St. Louis. Those two are pretty good candidates for new service from Boston. Probably one daily or 2 daily, like Houston is. After that, an someone told me how to say this. I think it's like Alitalia or something like that. An A330-200 making its way out to Rome as Alitalia Flight 615. After that, a Sun Country 737-800. I'm not really too positive if this is a 700 or an 800 for the flight wise, at least. For this is obviously an 800. Making its way to Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's one of 2 daily. And the flight number is, I'm not sure about that one. After that, walk over to the other side. Here's my 1 to 200. We have 2 more aircraft. We have a Porter Airlines Q400 making its way out to Toronto, Billy Bishop. And then a pre-merger Continental aircraft, the 737-800, United now, making its way out to Houston. So that's basically it. I'm going to go over to the other side and discuss a little bit more stuff for the last very ending of the video. So like I said, I'm actually going out to Boston. Boston again in a little over a week now. But this time I'm connecting. I got some good photos last time. One of the cool things is, I'll explain it right now actually because it involves Boston. Whenever I did go to Boston, the flight attendant that I knew, she's Boston based. And so whenever I was just waiting, I was able to see her, and I asked if the crew lounge, how the crew lounge was, and she was like, "Oh yeah, just come visit." Like, so I was able to go to the crew lounge there and see what it was like, and it was really nice. Really nice. It was near like the C-31 gate. If you go past that, the check-in, or I think it's C-28, or there's like doors. But you go downstairs, and then you kind of just, if you're a crew, of course, you're able to go down there. And it's just a nice facility down there. It's she said it was a lot smaller than it used to be. They made it like twice as big, but it looked very nice, and it looked like a place where I would definitely want to spend my time whenever I'm a future JetBlue pilot. So that basically wraps it up. We'll be taking BA Flight 202 in a few days. Looking forward to that, and I'll try and get out another airport update, maybe Pittsburgh, before I leave. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in a few days.